Alright, as you probably have noticed, we haven't done any videos on this truck in a while. That's because the last 7 weeks we've been trying to get a windshield in it. It's literally taken 7 weeks, and 17 times this windshield's been in and out. This is the 4th windshield, and there's no particular reason why. I wanted to go with a gray one, and the glass guy kind of screwed me out of that. So he put in this clear one, which I don't like as much, but it was supposedly an availability issue. They do have a really cool gray one out there that I really like, and we broke a couple of those going in, and I don't know why. This cab is as stock as it gets. It was a really clean cab. It had a lot of the normal spots that are messed up on these cabs. On this one it wasn't. This one just had the rusty cab corners down at the bottom, and they weren't even that bad. But that's in the past. We got a windshield in. It looks great. I wish it was the gray, but whatever. The little trim piece we got here, we're gonna mess with it and get it in here. As I try to climb my fat ass up in here. I'll be so glad when this thing has a seat. Okay. So on this, I know these clips are just brutally, like when they clip in, that's that. To the point where you could actually bend the trim just trying to mess with it. God dang. The glass guy's got the dash all scratched up. You know, whenever I send anything out to anybody, it just gets absolutely destroyed. If anybody has to touch anything, they just screw it up. I hate sending things out. Just nobody seems to care like I do. I really take care of my customers. I will fight for my customers, literally. I've got into it with people before just because of something that my customer wanted and they didn't do it like the customer said, and I lose it. I want my customers taken seriously, because I've been there before where it seems to happen to me a lot, where since they know that I'm a competent builder, that they'll just leave a bunch of shit work for me to take care of, that normally on a normal customer, somebody that, you know, some retired guy or something, they'll take care of everything for them. But when it comes to me, they'll leave it kind of half done. I just wish people cared.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
No, there she is, all buttoned in. I'm liking doing the trading back and forth on the colors, you know, it kind of completes out the look of this really well. Now let's see what other parts we got that we can put on. Here's a god-awful job we got to do. Door seals. Sometimes with the paint and all that, these clips, they have these little clips, kind of a Christmas tree kind of a deal, where it has the T inside the rubber and then this little guy sticks out. Between the aftermarket and the paint going into the holes for these and whatnot, sometimes these can really be a booger. It's where you have to go in and you have to take your little wallering bit and make each hole that these go into, and obviously there's 100 of them, to make each one of these go into that clip, make them go into their home. But our hinges are on this side, so we're going to want to put it on, the seal on, from outside of the door and wrap it around to the inside. Otherwise you're not going to make it on there. So we take it out here, got our two corners down on the bottom there. It's kind of our starting point guides. We're gonna lay this from the outside onto the inside here. And then we'll start down in this bottom corner. I wouldn't probably put any seal glue on this unless if you had a problem with it. Seal glue can kind of be a bit of a mess. It's a decent product though. The 3M comes in a black tube. It's a seal trim and something adhesive. I have to say, this is going really well, knock on wood. Stuff like this can be common. You know, it's not really lined up right. Might kind of glue them in there like that and then trim this edge so it sits there a little nicer. And then right here you can see, probably going to put a little glue there, probably put a little glue here. Just this is a high traffic area and just it'll help it out. Alright, got it on there, glued it in a couple spots, taped it until she dries. Got the bottom ones in here. On this one, I did end up just cutting the tab off and gluing it just because I couldn't get that hole cleaned out. Couldn't get anything in there. So, there we are. One seal on the door.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is